Hello and welcome to Think Share. My name's Zach, here to bring to it. I've been thinking about, sharing about, talking about, listening to the Does Not Belong in Math class. If you're new to the channel, I invite you to hit the favorite button to make you the goodest version of yourself. Today, like 20 minutes ago, I was driving and talking to a friend on the phone, and I was at a red light, and in Massachusetts here, we can turn right on red as long as there's no sign saying no turn right on red. And I want you to try to picture it. I'm about to turn right into this thing, and I see that the walking sign has been turned on. And there's two women on the other side of it that are, like, as I'm approaching, are about to start walking over. Now, I anticipate they'll probably take 15, 20, maybe even 30 seconds across. Now, I could easily sneak in and make the right turn past the crosswalk, which one would be illegal, but I mean, that was not my concern at all. But I said to myself, all right, well, I'll just wait, make them feel safe, that I'm not crossing through. And I turned my car so that there was enough space that if a green light were to happen and the car behind me were not turning right, they could go straight. So it's like I'm sort of turned in there, maybe I'm like a foot or two away from the actual crosswalk itself. So the front of my car is like almost in that space, but it's not there. And I guess it was sort of being ready for the turn. One of the things I hate to do when I'm driving is like not make motion when I could have made motion, or not be out of someone's way when I could have. So as these two women are walking across, while I'm talking to my friend on speakerphone, this lady starts kind of, I don't want to say yelling, but she was yelling enough that my windows were not rolled down and I could hear exactly what she was saying. She's like, I have the right of way, like this is a white, like the thing's flashing, and it's almost like she was yelling at me for being where I was when I was. Now, legally and logically, I was not doing that, but I thought to myself, like, this lady's complaining about for no good reason, because I'm not actually doing anything wrong. She's just like sort of anticipating that I'm going to cross or something when I'm not. I would absolutely say she has a lot of right, and she almost ought to be mad if I were to cross and like stop, like go ahead and make it dangerous for them and like have them not cross. So, I waited for them to go, and like as they're walking by and she starts complaining, I make eye contact with her while I'm talking to my friend, and I just shrug my shoulders like, what are you talking about, lady? Like, I'm not doing anything wrong right now. And so as I'm on my phone with my friend, like the lady walks by and was like, all right, I'm just gonna turn, like brush that one off. And as I turned in, I say to my friend, oh man, this lady was just yelling at me for doing nothing wrong. And like, one of the things about me is I really try not to bring upset into the world. Like, I try not to make the world a worse place. So I didn't want to confront this lady, and I could tell it looked like she was walking towards the same place I was. So I said to my friend, like, oh man, I gotta like park away from where I think she's gonna be so I don't have to like talk to her, confront her or anything. Naturally, as I parked and I was about to walk into the grocery store and I'm saying goodbye to my friend, she walks right like a foot away from me. And I just have my head down, talking to my phone. I'm not going to interrupt my conversation to talk with the lady. And I kind of wish I had the moment as the moment was happening. Like, as I realized she was going to come close, I tried ending my conversation so I could not interrupt the call and talk to her. So as this is all happening, I'm about to go in the grocery store and lose service. So I tell my friend, all right, I got to go. And the lady had kind of already walked by and disappeared. And so as I'm walking around in the grocery store, and she was in a different store, it turned out, I'm just thinking to myself, I just started like really smiling and like really beaming at people. And, I try to do that often, but today just a little bit more than normal. Like, I was beaming at people. I was just trying to light their faces up. And it was working for the most part. Like, people just had all of a sudden these big smiles on their faces after I did it. And I said to myself, I really wish I could just go talk to that lady and say like just explain myself, or like right that wrong, sort of. And as I kept thinking about it, it evolved into me saying, I really wish I could just apologize, because I bet she really felt like rushed walking across, and I bet she really felt like, I was in a dangerous spot for her, like I was really close. And I wish I could just apologize and, make a friend out of a foe. And I think Gary Vaynerchuk has talked before about a lot of people think he's just all talk, and they'll talk smack on social media, whatever. And then, he'll go out of his way to really like have people get that he's not all talk, that he's not BSing. And so, that was a moment I'm kind of regretting. I wish I had managed my time on the call so I could talk to her. I think it would have turned out well, and I really hoped that as I was exiting the store that we would have crossed paths again, so I could have apologized. But I think the message I want to leave you all with today is, we have all these small opportunities. We're going to die someday, and we have all these wonderful opportunities to make the world a better place. Like, let's make today count, and let's make those seemingly anonymous, non-noteworthy interactions, let's make them noteworthy. Let's walk away from moments in life that could have been normal, saying, wow, I'm really glad I took no extra time to do something awesome. And maybe that's smiling people and letting that be contagious and make them happier, like someone smile at them. Or maybe it's complimenting someone, and maybe if it's a moment that you've done something that's allowed someone else to be upset, is, you don't even have to really feel like you were in the wrong, but you can be sorry that they feel that way and make the world a better place. So let's strive for that. Let's try to make the world a better place and be the goodest version of ourselves. That's all for today. Thank you for listening. Stay weird.